जैसे कहते हैं कि डर के आगे जीत है. At first I recognized that this is an opportunity to explore myself as an actor. Once I read the script, which was a little after, I realized that this is such a universal story. उसमें हुनर भी है, लेकिन वो कुछ कर नहीं पाता. उसके हालात ऐसे हैं कि वो कुछ कर नहीं पाता. Hi, this is Ishaan and you're watching me on BollywoodHungama. Keep on watching.
So we have with us Ishaan Khattar. His first film is coming up, Beyond the Clouds, and he's in huge demand. There's a huge fan following that he is having amongst a lot of these teenagers and the bigger ones as well. So pleasure having you first of all on BollywoodHungama.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
I must tell you that I've seen the film in Goa, and I was really looking forward to talking to you. And you've given an outstanding performance. And
Thank you,
how does it feel to just make a debut with a film like this, which tests your acting skills right away?
Well, at first I recognized that this is an opportunity to explore myself as an actor, and it's a challenge. And जैसे कहते हैं कि डर के आगे जीत है. If I were to overcome this challenge, then it would be fruitful and it would be an experience that would help me grow as an actor. And like you said, it's a film that is it's a complex part to start with right away. But I also felt as if I felt like this is a part that I'm eligible to play. I'm at the right age. There are so many things that I relate to emotionally to this character, and at the same time there are things that I would like to explore and discover. And so I mainly felt like this is a great opportunity, and it feels wonderful to have received it and gone through with it, and to be sitting here today talking about it with you.
Sure. Now, what will happen is that so you're working in Dhadak Next, like a drama production, and so you have this entire like good-looking boy stance, and people are looking forward to that film, and it has all the conventional stuff as well. Anyway, that Shahryar is not the typical like film as well, if one has to take the especially the climax into account, but still it will be presented in a huge manner, big promotions and the entire scale and everything. So did you have any apprehensions that you are starting with a film which is like very realistic? Obviously the filmmaker is world class for the matter, but still जो एक typical जो Bollywood dream होता है कि student of the year type एक debut होएगा and that sort of promotions होंगे, did you have apprehensions that maybe it won't be your first film, like Dhadak won't be your first film?
Not at all, sir. The way it happened was that I received a call from Hani Trehan sir, who's the casting director of this film, and he was the first person to give me a little bit of an idea of the story and a brief of the character. And I remember very vividly, I won't tell you what it is because it would be a spoiler for a lot of the audiences, but he described the essence and the basic message of the film to me in one line, and I was immediately hooked, and I felt like, gosh, this is a profound thought to make a film on. And sure enough, I mean, it's Majid Majidi making the film. He is somebody who has made soulful films consistently, deeply humane films, and I am a huge admirer of his. I'd seen 3 films of his before I met with him. After meeting with him, I saw all of his work, barring Baduk, which is his first film, which I saw most recently. Even he couldn't find it, but I'm very proud of the fact that I found that film and saw it. And I love all of his films, and so I saw this as an opportunity to be part of something that is that means a lot to me, and a film that I would want to watch. And once I read the script, which was a little after, I realized that this is such a universal story that not only Indians but people all over the world would be able to connect to it.
No, absolutely. I think it's like a superbly made film, and it's like a 20-year-old boy who's gone through a lot in life. It's not an easy life, be it crime, be it a lot of circumstances, living in a chawl, and extremely tough life for that matter. When you're playing this character, you become that character. You're looking like that character. You're convincing as that character. The sort of lingo and everything, the body language and everything is there. How will you prepare? How will you prepare for a role like this? Do you just bring out certain personal experiences as well, that in terms of, see, everyone goes through various experiences in life, and it's not like regular for everyone, it's like the contextual as well. So do you feel that if you've not had like maybe like a regular life for that matter, it in a way, just the experiences that you gather over the years, especially your childhood and everything, it helps in just getting into this character with a powerful zeal?
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody has you know, an emotional reservoir and a memory bank of their own,
right,
that they can borrow from and use to you know, empower their characters.
Right.
You know, with real emotion that actually has a history to it. But I think some of the things that went into preparation for this film were from a perspective of trying to understand the history of this character better, because I come from a family where I have grown up, I've been cultivated into the arts, I've had this to lean on, and to you know, in times that are difficult for me, cinema has been kind of like you know, a savior.
Right.
And here's a boy who was orphaned at a very young age, and he has nobody but his sister, who has raised him for a large part. And after a sequence of unfortunate events, he leaves his sister, and now he's lived on his own for years. And so while there were characteristics that I could relate to, you know, he's an enterprising boy, he's a young, robust boy.
Right.
He's got this lust for life, and he's even talented. उसमें हुनर भी है, लेकिन वो कुछ कर नहीं पाता, उसके हालात ऐसे हैं कि वो कुछ कर नहीं पाता, you know, with his circumstances. So I could relate to these characteristics, but there was an emotional history that I had to understand more deeply if I wanted to play this part. And so I had to isolate myself from my family, and I didn't do this consciously. I live with my mother, and I spend a lot of time with her. I'm very close to her. But I kind of found myself in the days leading up to shoot, and the entire duration of shoot, which was about 3.5 months, I stayed away from my mom. I barely interacted with her. ढंग से बात नहीं हुई उनसे मेरी 3 महीने में. And then I spent time in the locations that this boy would have grown up, just to familiarize myself. You know, the sights, the sounds, the smells. You hear something every now and then that just becomes a reference, and something that it just becomes a real memory.
Sure.
You know, that you can borrow from. So there was some physical preparation that went into the part, but there was a lot of emotional preparation, and for the most part it was isolating myself, staying with the script and the text. The boys that are playing my friends in the film, one of them in particular, Sense, his name is Akash, but he calls himself Sense. He's a rapper. He's a boy who was born and brought up in Dharavi, and his trajectory has been similar to the characters. And spending time with them, talking to them, helped me understand you know, this character better. So it was really a mix of things, you know. It was basically just immersing myself in the world of the character. And I think for the most part, it's important to recognize that any character that is, you know, the character stems from Majid Majidi. He's the writer and the director of the film. It's somewhere, it's a part of him, it's an extension of him. So you know, unconsciously wanted to spend as much time as I could with him.
Sure.
You know, just understand what his vision is.
Sure.
You know, what he wants to communicate through this film, and why these characters are the way they are. Just spend time around him, get to know him better.
Sure.
That gave me an idea of who this boy is as well.
Sure.
Hi, this is Ishaan, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.